Yeah, I mean, look, the Israeli military has been defeated resoundingly since October 7th. They lost their top generals and their top units on October 7th. And since then, although we may think that it's only the Israelis that are fighting on the ground inside Gaza and or in Lebanon, the reality is much further than that. The reality is that the United States and all of the NATO or Zionist empire components have been directly involved in the war, even on the ground with special forces, as well as thousands upon thousands of mercenaries. And so while we hear, let's say, the Israelis admitting 5 or 10, let's say, dead yesterday in one of these ambushes, the resistance always says the number is at least 3 times that. And maybe the Israelis are telling half the truth. They're hiding some of their dead, but they're also not reporting any of the mercenaries and or special forces from the alliance behind them that are also being liquidated in these battles.
This ceasefire was being shaped under international pressures, particularly from Donald Trump. It is said that Israel was under both domestic and external pressures, and the Palestinian resistance, especially Hamas, played a key role in creating these pressures. Recent clashes in Gaza, particularly successful guerrilla operations and ambushes against Israeli forces, indicate an increase in the power and organization of the resistance. These operations have not only caused heavy casualties among Israeli forces, but have also weakened Israel's military morale. In addition, international pressures from countries like the United States and some European nations have forced Israel to accept the ceasefire. These pressures reflect a shift in international stances toward Israel and growing concerns over the continuation of conflicts in the region. Israel, which has always enjoyed unconditional support from the United States, is now facing new challenges on the international stage.
So the Israelis have lost the battle in the air against Hezbollah. They lost the battle in the air and in the sea against Yemen and against Iran. And the United States and the whole Zionist empire government from Washington, D.C., has been fighting this war fully. It's not only bombarding Yemen. It's the bombardment of Lebanon. Israel didn't have enough jets to do the damage that it did or to conduct 6,000 air raids in one day. Israel has just a few hundred aircrafts. Of course, the American and British and French and Italian and Saudi and others air forces were also involved in the bombardment of Lebanon. Similarly, the attacks on Syria after the fall of the Assad government, those were not conducted by Israel alone. And so I think the Zionists are having a crisis moment, a mental crisis moment, because on the one hand, they tell the whole world that they are the chosen people. And they tell themselves that, and they tell their children that, and they say they are basically the best thing since sliced bread, okay? This is what they believe of themselves, and they are the best fighters and the best intelligence and the best doctors and the best lawyers and the best actors, and everybody else doesn't have anything, okay? All the Nobel Prizes should go to them. And suddenly they're faced with a reality where a barefoot fighter in Gaza can take out a whole battalion of them. And the Yemeni resistance, thousands of kilometers away, can target their most important sites.
Yemen has also emerged as a key player in these developments. By launching hypersonic missiles toward Tel Aviv and other areas under Israeli control, Yemen has demonstrated its ability to disrupt Israel's critical infrastructure. These missiles, built by Yemeni engineers, showcase Yemen's technical and military capabilities. Yemen's actions have not only caused panic among Israeli citizens, but also signify the growing strength of resistance in the region. Despite severe sanctions and an economic blockade, Yemen has managed to become a significant player in regional equations. By using hypersonic missiles capable of bypassing Israel's missile defense systems, Yemen has shown that it can pose a serious threat to Israel's security. These actions by Yemen have not only increased pressure on Israel, but also highlighted the rising power of resistance in the region. Israel is facing serious military and economic challenges. Israeli reserve forces, primarily composed of settlers, are reluctant to continue the war and prefer to return to their normal lives and jobs. This has led to a decline in military morale and increased pressure on the Israeli government. Additionally, Israel's economy has been impacted by the war, with many small and medium-sized businesses in Israel going bankrupt. These economic and military difficulties have placed Israel in a precarious position. Israel, which has always relied on its military superiority in the region, is now facing new challenges. The reserve forces, mainly settlers, are unwilling to continue the war and prefer to return to their normal lives. This has weakened military morale and increased pressure on the Israeli government. Furthermore, Israel's economy has suffered due to the war, with many small and medium-sized businesses collapsing. These economic and military challenges have put Israel in a difficult situation. The Palestinian resistance, particularly Hamas and Islamic Jihad, is gaining strength and influence. Reports indicate that these groups are recruiting new members and enhancing their military capabilities. Many Palestinians who previously criticized armed resistance have now joined the resistance ranks due to Israel's crimes against civilians. These changes reflect a growing spirit of resistance and a willingness to fight among the Palestinian people. The Palestinian resistance has used guerrilla tactics and successful ambushes to inflict heavy casualties on Israeli forces. These operations have not only weakened Israel's military morale, but also demonstrated the increasing power and organization of the resistance. Moreover, by recruiting new members and strengthening their military capabilities, the Palestinian resistance is becoming a formidable force in the region. Iran, as a key supporter of the resistance in the region, plays a crucial role in strengthening groups like Hamas and Hezbollah. By providing weapons and military training, Iran has helped enhance the defensive capabilities of these groups. Additionally, through military exercises and displays of power, Iran has shown its readiness to counter any threats from Israel and its allies. By supporting resistance groups in the region, Iran has played a significant role in recent developments. The country has provided weapons and military training to groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, boosting their defensive capabilities. Furthermore, through military exercises and displays of power, Iran has demonstrated its preparedness to confront any threats from Israel and its allies. These actions by Iran have not only increased the power of the resistance in the region, but also underscored Iran's pivotal role in regional dynamics. The analysis also examines the geopolitical impacts of these developments on the region and the world. Despite international support, particularly from the United States, Israel finds itself in a difficult position. The increasing power of the resistance and the decline in Israel's military and economic capabilities could lead to significant changes in regional equations. Additionally, The roles of Yemen and Iran in strengthening the resistance may bring about shifts in the balance of power in the region. Israel, which has long relied on its military superiority in the region, is now facing new challenges. The rise of the resistance and the decline in Israel's military and economic strength could lead to fundamental changes in regional dynamics. Moreover, the roles of Yemen and Iran in bolstering the resistance may result in shifts in the regional power balance. These developments could reduce Israel's influence and increase the power of the resistance in the region. The United States, as a major supporter of Israel, plays a significant role in recent developments. However, the analysis suggests that the U.S. is also grappling with internal and international challenges and may not be able to fully support Israel. This could lead to a reduction in international support for Israel and increased pressure on the country. The United States, which has always supported Israel, is now facing new challenges. Internal and international issues may reduce U.S. support for Israel, increasing pressure on the country and diminishing its influence in the region. Additionally, shifting international stances toward Israel may lead to significant changes in regional dynamics. Finally, the analysis looks at the future of the resistance and regional developments. The Palestinian resistance and other resistance groups in the region, with their increasing power and organization, may bring about fundamental changes in regional equations. These developments could reduce Israel's influence and increase the power of the resistance in the region. The Palestinian resistance, with its growing power and organization, is becoming a formidable force in the region. Through guerrilla tactics and successful ambushes, these groups have inflicted heavy casualties on Israeli forces. These developments could reduce Israel's influence and increase the power of the resistance in the region. Additionally, the roles of Yemen and Iran in strengthening the resistance may lead to shifts in the regional power balance. The current analysis shows that recent developments in West Asia, particularly the conflicts between Israel and Palestine, will have profound impacts on the region and the world. The increasing power of the resistance, Israel's military and economic fatigue, and the roles of regional players like Iran and Yemen could lead to significant changes in regional equations. In this context, the roles of the United States and other international powers will be crucial in shaping the future of the region. These developments could reduce Israel's influence and increase the power of the resistance, bringing about fundamental changes in regional dynamics.